Hey there, everybody. I just want to check in and do a quick video here for you about something that happened. That's I want to share because a lot of people will ask me about their intuitive gifts and their intuitive abilities, and it seems that their biggest challenge is trusting themselves. So I want to talk a little bit about an experience I just had, which I feel like is a really great example of just trusting what you get and seeing where it flows, and don't be attached to what you get. So I had someone contact me, someone that I know personally, and she texted and asked me to hold space for her little girl who was going in to get I guess it's called a tonsillectomy, where they take your tonsils out. And so I checked in as she was going in. I didn't think that the parents were with her. I saw her going into the space to be operated on without her parents and just with the nurses in the vision when I checked in and tracked the energy. And I saw what I often see around kids, which is a lot of light and a lot of angel energy, because they really like to connect with kids. And I saw this really beautiful, intelligent, very regal donkey. And I thought, well, that's odd. Why would a 7-year-old have a donkey with her? And I really didn't understand why I was seeing a donkey, but I've done this long enough that I trust myself. I trust the vision, really. I trust what I see. It's not really even about trusting myself. It's about trusting what I see. And so I thought, great, she's got this beautiful donkey medicine with her. Wasn't a skinny donkey. It wasn't even very much like donkeys that you see here. It was similar. I knew that it was a donkey, but it was much more filled out, very regal, and very calm, and a very protective presence with this little girl. So I got a text today from the mom letting me know that her daughter's doing well and eating lots of ice cream and all the things you get to do when you have your tonsils taken out. And I thanked her for letting me know. And I texted her back and I said, this is going to sound a little weird, and this is someone that's not really into this kind of work, to be honest. It's just not something they really pay much attention to. And I said, this might sound weird. I have an odd question, but is your daughter interested or into donkeys at all? Did she really love Eeyore as a child, or did she have a favorite book that maybe had a donkey in it? You know, I couldn't figure out where this donkey energy was coming from. And she texted me back, and we ended up talking. It turns out that the mom and dad of this little girl have, as a term of endearment over the last 12 to 14 years or so, jokingly and in a loving way, they call each other donkey or mule. So she calls him donkey and he calls her mule. And it's just a term of endearment that they kind of make fun of themselves for being stubborn. And she said it's something they've done long before their daughter was born. Their daughter knows that they call each other that jokingly sometimes. It's totally done with love. But I had no idea that those were their pet names for each other, donkey and mule. And so when I told her what I saw with her little girl, it was very emotional and very sweet for her. And it was really very sweet for me to see as well, and to understand where that donkey had come from. And that's when she told me that they weren't allowed to go back with their daughter into the operating room like they thought they would be able to. And I said, your energy was there. That beautiful, regal, protective donkey was with her. So your energy was with her, even though physically you had to wait in the waiting room. And that brought her a lot of comfort. And it was really sweet to have that conversation with her. And it was just a lovely confirmation of what I had seen. So I want to share this with you too, if you, especially if you have a tendency to doubt your intuitive abilities. Just keep practicing, keep trusting what you get, and feel free to check in with somebody and say, hey, I saw this archangel, or I saw this lion, or I saw this donkey, or whatever. Does that mean anything to you? And they may say, nope, it doesn't mean anything to us. And that's totally fine. Or they might tell you the beautiful story, like I received today, of that pet name and that energy that is with their family. So that's one of the ways you learn to start trusting your intuitive abilities, and eventually you get to the place where you see something, and even if it's odd, you know that there's something there and you can trust that. So I just wanted to share this with you all today. I thought it was a neat experience, and I usually have these experiences but keep them to myself I don't think to share it. It's just what I do. But I'm realizing that it's good for me to share with each of you so that you can learn from my example, my experience, and recognize times when you've had those experiences as well, because I bet many of you have had similar experiences. And if you haven't, I'm letting you know how it can work so that you can keep practicing. So just wanted to offer that up before I see you all again in a couple weeks for our mentorship program. And for those of you who are not in the mentorship program, this is going to be on my YouTube channel. And because I really want everybody to start trusting their intuitive abilities and being able to practice your intuition and your gifts. So thanks a lot for checking it out. I'll talk to you soon.